Hey everybody, Matt and Tom back with you on a gorgeous day. Welcome to the dark side of the moor. Where are we today?
Saltaire.
Saltaire. And our plan is...
Just to have a wander around, look at the history and see what we can find.
Indeed. See you there. Okay, so we'll find out what Saltaire is in a moment. However, we both have a bit of a history here. I had a very good friend here at one point, and you lived here.
I lived here, man.
Was this the place you came to when you moved to Bradford?
I left home, this is where I live. Yeah. 2016 to 19.
Okay. Well, so 4 years.
Yeah.
So you've got a very good idea what Saltaire is. So I'm going to disappear. And I'm going to leave everything to Tom for now. So I'll see you on the other side of the camera.
So welcome to Saltaire. Saltaire is a model village built by Sir Titus Salt in 1856. Titus had many mills in Bradford, and people were living in slums, and he was quite concerned about this, so he decided to build his own little micro town, Saltaire, here at this part of the Aire. Now we'll come on to why he did it here in a bit, but this is Amelia Street, typical street in Saltaire for the poorer people, and as you can see, they're all 2 up, 2 downs. So you've got your kitchen and your lounge, and then your 2 bedrooms upstairs. Now apparently, the tour guide used to say, "These are the poorest people's houses." I used to shout her out the window. Anyway, but apparently, I think the numbers used to increase.
Is that because you lived on here?
That's because I lived on here. I used to blast music out of the window actually at times. Yeah, enduring. Anyway, they said that we're 21 in some of the houses on here.
Wow.
They're built. I don't know about in the rest of Saltaire, but on what makes up the majority of the workers' houses, these 2 up, 2 downs, they've got 1 brick between your house and the next house.
Oof.
Which we proved when we had it strapped and went through into next door. She never liked us. She's moved now. It's all right. I can stand here. And also just having, the way that the houses were laid out, our cistern of our toilet was next to her headboard, and her headboard, our headboard was next to her cistern as well, so it was a real close relationship.
Right, okay.
But yeah, and this area here is what's left of the old wash house. So, Titus Salt, he didn't want people hanging out their washing in the street. He also wanted them to be clean. I think he didn't want people hanging out their washing in the street, not just because it was ungodly and unseemly, but because it meant gossiping, and he was very, frightened, paranoid man. So this initially was opened as a Turkish baths. It was all tiled and beautiful, and that didn't last long. Probably because they had so little time off work from the mills. So anyway, it turned into a wash house, and then in the 60s, I think it got knocked down, and these garages got.
And there's a little picture of it on here, isn't there?
Yeah.
So these are all the streets coming up from the mill. So one of these, that must be Amelia Street there.
Yeah.
And that's the wash house just there. Now, something about the street names, isn't there? What's about the names?
Yes, they're all named after his children. So Amelia was his administrator. She was his daughter.
Okay.
George, I think he was his oldest. George was over there. George has got quite a fat street. George was, I think, his oldest. Titus is round here. You've got Fanny, Edward, William Henry. But George, or the oldest son, he didn't inherit the money. He became a farmer over in Grimsby. But yeah, the whole village was owned by the mill until the 1930s.
Cool. Right. Let's have a little
move on.
explore. So I can see names from here. Yeah, Edward on the right.
Edward,
Helen Street, Mary Street. Whitlam. That's an interesting name.
Yeah.
And all I can see from here is Fanny. Fanny Street.
Yeah. Caroline.
I'll behave.
Caroline Street.
Caroline Street.
Yeah, she's somewhere. Is this Carol?
I'm so sorry.
Children.
I know, I'm really sorry. So we're on the edge of Saltaire here.
Saltaire. This is Albert Street. And these houses, as you can see, are much bigger than the old two down. These were for the overseers.
Okay.
Of the mill. And everyone in the village, everyone who worked for the mill had to live here. Now he did have some almshouses built, which we'll have a look at.
Oh wow, okay.
But yeah, everything
Yeah, these are much bigger, aren't they?
much bigger.
But this is as far as it goes in terms of...
Over here, where the Hurstwood estate is, was all allotments in the old,
Wow.
in the
Okay.
olden days. In the olden days.
So Titus Street,
Titus Street
does that go all the way down then?
goes all the way through.
And
For Titus Junior.
Titus Junior, not...
He might have been the farmer.
Right, okay. Did Titus Salt himself see this completed?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Yes. Not long completed, but
right.
hopefully we can see his old desk in the mill.
Oh wow, okay.
So, this is the old tram station where the trams ended from Bradford.
Okay.
Much later than Saltaire. And on this road here,
So sorry, just say that again. So the
this
trams
is the
come
old-
from Bradford to here.
to here.
Oh wow, okay. Right.
And this was the end of the line.
Right.
And on this road's where he had all of his shops.
All right, okay. So my visits here were in the 1990s. How much of it has changed since you were here less than 10 years ago?
I mean, that pub's a different name. That was always the Ross, although it's still got it over the door. Salt's Pots was always here. Chippy was there. The coiffery came when I was leaving.
Right.
The co-op's gone,
Okay.
but it appears to have moved into the doctor.
Right.
It's always good when they get rid of a doctor's and replace it with a co-op, isn't it?
So this is where all the shops were at the time as well?
At the time of the,
Oh, wow.
you can see the architecture of those arches. So the architects were called Mawson and Lockwood, and Mawson and Lockwood were actually from Hull, and they built quite a bit in Hull before they moved here. And if you're in that place that we were in last week, when you're on the train going from Bradford to Halifax,
Shelf?
you look out of the window at that golf course.
Oh, right,
And
yeah.
you can see there's a couple of houses that are built, and they're Mawson and Lockwood, and that's because Sir Titus lived there.
Wow. So why have we stopped here?
That pharmacy over there is the birthplace of Tony Richardson, who married Vanessa Redgrave, was the father of Jolie Miranda,
right, yeah.
and he directed, he was a film director. I think he directed Tom Courtenay and his father-in-law, Michael Redgrave, in Loneliness, the Long Distance Runner. But yes, they've covered up the sign that says he was there with a for sale
Okay,
all day. Good for them.
fair enough. Now these buildings are impressive.
So these buildings and the ones in this courtyard are all old almshouses.
Okay.
Did look after people when they'd injured themselves. But as I say, you did have to pay rent on your place.
Right.
You get it for free.
That's stunning. Have to look at these buildings opposite. Amazing.
Yeah. And they're lovely gardens.
Yeah, wow.
If anyone wants to see what they look like inside the houses of Saltaire, then they should come. I think it's in May, but Saltaire has an art week, and they open up houses, and different artists exhibit in different people's houses.
Okay.
About 50 of them open.
Wow.
Quite a good look for a good nose.
Yeah, yeah, cool. So I'm not sure it'll pick up on the camera, but what's the date on it?
1868
Wow.
September.
It is a stunning building.
12 years after the development was built.
Yeah. How long did it take then to make the whole thing?
I think 10 years. Well, probably 12. Yeah. And that big building there, that was the old that's the old infirmary. Which
Okay.
I think shut in the 60s.
Right. So just above the door, Titus Salt's Hospital, 1868. Cool. So now we're outside
Fanny's Ale House. Now, Fanny's Ale House started off as a police station.
Oh wow, okay.
And it's not part of the actual Saltaire complex, but I had to show it because it's a fabulous beer house. Inside there, on the stairs, there are some very mouldy pictures. And in fact, there is one wall, a collage of vaginas, obviously giving it its name. But who lived in Fanny's beer house? John Peel. John Peel, for a little while, got married to a Bradford lass and came and lived with her parents before it was Fanny's. Yeah, Fanny's and Peel's.
I'm struggling with this one. Right, another impressive building ahead. What's this one?
Victoria Hall.
Okay. So we're on the other edge of Saltaire now.
Here we've got Mawson Street, and down there is Lockwood Street.
Yep.
Not named after Margaret Lockwood.
Okay.
But Mawson Lockwood were the architects of the whole town.
Ah, right. Okay. Great.
And the mill, and this rather splendid building.
Yeah. And next to us here, it says Exhibition Hall.
Yeah.
You think maybe for the Great Exhibition?
I think so.
Yeah. So obviously the plan for later is to go and have a look inside what is Saltaire Mill, which was that built for the people who worked here, or was the mill was built and then?
So he conglomerated 5 mills.
Wow.
And built a huge mill.
Yeah.
And the roof space is the biggest roof space in Europe.
Oh wow.
Apparently.
Yeah. So I'll show you the mill in a minute. My memory of Saltaire is just on the edge here. That's the only bit I have, because it's a long time ago. So yeah, so these are these are the things I remember. The lions, and that must mean the train station is just down there, because I'd get off the train and I'd walk up here and then turn left, and after that I'm completely forgotten. But yeah, the lions are a definite memory.
Interesting thing about the lions. Nelson's column in Trafalgar Square.
Yep.
These aren't the lions.
No.
But they are these are the mock-ups of the lions.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. That were used here.
So all this now is a college, is that right?
That was built as a school.
right.
And
Wow, what an amazing school to go to.
Because he believed in educating them. He was a good person. He didn't allow pubs, which is quite funny considering how many bars there are now.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think that was because of a lack of wanting people to drink. It was more of a lack of wanting people to congregate. He was quite paranoid.
Right.
These cobbles,
Yep.
were put in when I lived here
Okay.
at the cost of the taxpayer.
Oh God.
£250,000.
Okay.
And but they only go that far.
Oh.
The funny thing is, I remember they dug up the road, and underneath the road there were the original cobbles.
Oh wow.
But they didn't use them. They bought these cobbles from somewhere else. But they pulled out the cobbles that were the original ones, and they put them so gently.
Right.
Makes them always onto something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Victoria Hall. So this was the site of the Sunday school, which stayed until the 70s. I think it got wood worm or something in it. But at the far end there is a toilet, which was a toilet when I was here, but then they shut it at Bradford Council and then tried to charge the people of the village to open it up for, I think, 12 grand a year rent to rent out that loo.
Good heavens.
To have it as a toilet.
Right.
So people just kept going in the mill.
So just going back to this picture, these railings here are still here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. We get our first look at the mill. 1853. Wow. But I suppose a few years of building it. It's a big one. Wow.
Yeah, it goes all the way over there.
Oh yeah.
I think that, I don't know what it's called, minaret?
Yeah, the top of it is, yeah.
Yeah, just amazing. It looks sort of, well, I think the whole village really looks quite Italianate, actually.
Okay.
So, well, yeah, neoclassical Italian.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, especially when you look at the Methodist Church in the World United Reformed, whatever it is.
Right.
Very good bike shop over there. So this is the mill. Some of its famous residents have in the past included Paul O'Grady, and also in this bit of the building here, Alan Sugar's Amstrad.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Early days of Amstrad, or?
I probably was here to about 2006. I think
Oh wow.
there might even be
Okay.
a bit of a logo in the window somewhere. This.
And then
building
eventually
here-
you left.
And then eventually.
You're fired,
I think this building.
Mr.
here,
Salt.
which again is part of the college. That
Yeah.
used to be that was the eating hall. That was the dining room, canteen for the workers, and they weren't allowed to come up this way over the steps from the mill and into the canteen because again, Titus didn't want people congregating and talking about him on the street.
Right.
So he made them go through a tunnel, which will go.
Oh wow. Okay. A tunnel under the mill.
It does open on a.
Maybe has ghosts in it, or maybe not.
Maybe not.
So I got excited. I thought I was going in a tunnel.
I know, I'm sorry. It does open once a year, I think.
Does it?
During the Heritage Week.
And this goes to.
This goes to the just over the road, just to the dining room.
Okay.
He did not want people congregating on the road. Let's
Let's
go.
have an explore. Yeah. So I love these old Victorian mills because I worked in one myself for 5 years, and obviously lived in Halifax for a while, the land of mills, including Dean Clough. But there is a connection, isn't there?
There is Jonathan Silvers, who was one of the partners involved in the restoration and reopening of Dean Clough to be what it is today. When he broke away from them, he came and he took on derelict, burnt out salts mill. And
Oh, it was burnt out.
it all burnt out, and he did it all up and made it probably the best restoration of a mill I think I've
Wow.
and
So when did it get burnt out?
that we'll have to find out.
Right,
inside, but,
okay.
he died not long after
All right.
completion.
Wow.
And this is the man himself. This is a bust of Sir Titus Salt.
Sir Titus, there he is. Still in his mill. So what's this about? Where are we here?
So we're up in the weaving shed in the roof space, largest roof space in all of Europe.
Wow. Very good. And now an art exhibition.
Now an art exhibition.
But the art is the sound.
Sound, art.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So this is what they wove here.
Um,
Blue pants.
I'm not sure it is.
Blue pants.
The thing about Salt's Mill that made it so great, what made Titus such a great engineer of cloth, was he discovered alpaca wool.
Oh wow.
So obviously we have alpaca quite a lot now, but back in the 1850s, he was on the docks at Liverpool and he saw big bundles of alpaca wool just being thrown away because it was being used as cushioning to transport things, and they just had it as packaging and threw it all off. So he was the first person to weave alpaca.
Okay.
So I'm not sure this is. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Oh, they made it in Bradford, 2025.
brand new. That's the wool. Oh wow, no, it stinks.
Wool?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, left on the side at Liverpool docks, he saw wool and gold.
Wow. Didn't know much with it though, is it? It's just still here.
In Bradford.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, wow, this is not bad.
The facts and figures speak for themselves.
Okay, so that's inside Saltaire Mill, where we've just been. A lot of art galleries, cafes, etc. I haven't filmed much whilst I've been in there because it's probably best you explore it yourself if you're interested in modern art. And there's a lot about David Hockney.
All about David Hockney.
And why.
Well, he was a Bradford lad.
Okay.
He likes an opportunity. and I think he was friends with Mr. Silvers, who founded
Okay.
it, and he donated a lot of his art to it.
Right. And that was a way of people coming then to start visiting at the beginning, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it really is a splendid place. I think it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot more commercially angled than Dean Clough. But
Oh,
also,
easily. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know, a lot bigger enterprise in some ways.
yeah. Right. So what we're going to now?
Let's have a look, see if the church is open.
The church. Get me to the church, Mr. Tom.
Italian Aire.
Hey, what? So what is this? This is amazing.
This is the Saltaire United Reformed Church.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't know if we'll be able to get in. If you can't get in, inside there's a balcony.
Yeah.
And the balcony was built for the Salt family to sit in. But they didn't want to sit there. Again, Titus was paranoid. He thought they'd all be talking about him down in the bits.
Right.
So you've got these big lights, and when I say big lights, I mean huge chandelier things. And you got them lowered so they would just block out the vicar
Really?
from the balcony. So we couldn't use the balcony, so I had to go and sit in with
Oh
the
wow.
common
Okay.
folk, because he was a man of the people, or he was a psychotic. They're the old stables.
Right. Nice. This is a beautiful building.
Lovely.
So not open, so we can't see in it today.
You can't see in today, but it's very beautiful inside, and still has a congregation, a few. Here at the side, this is the old Salt family mausoleum,
Oh wow.
and
Just this section here.
this section, this
Wow.
mausoleum still
Yeah.
on the edge.
And am I right in thinking there's a park somewhere as
Oh
well?
yes, we're going to
Oh,
go to
that's-
the park now.
That's next.
Go and have a relaxing drink at the park.
Okay. Wow. So Mr. Salt is in there.
He is. He is.
Is that another section of the mill then?
Another section of the mill.
Wow.
That might be New Mill.
Yeah, that sign might just give it away.
I might give it away.
So, final part of our Saltaire journey,
This is Roberts Park.
Roberts Park. So that's interesting.
So,
That's a different name.
Yeah, Roberts. He took over the mill after the Salts. I think there were two Salts, and then Roberts took over. He died in a rather unfortunate accident with a gun at Milner
right.
Field. I think they all died quite unfortunately. The ones that lived at Milner Field.
Oh, yes.
Milner Field was over there.
Yeah,
which,
we've
was a
covered
big
before.
Covered before.
Yeah.
And was the mansion of the owners of Saltaire, apart
Okay.
from Titus.
Right, this is beautiful.
So, I need to tell you all why Titus Salt chose this area to put his mill. On the site of the mill there was an old mill called Dixon's Mill, which had stood there for hundreds of years. It had been like a flour mill and things, not a very big mill. And here in the River Aire there was some stepping stones. Now, a friend of Titus Salt's, one of his workers, a guy called John Nicholson, who was the Airedale poet and seen as Bradford's most talented poet when he died in 1843. He was crossing this river on the stepping stones. He lost his footing and he was found by a besom maker.
Oh wow.
The next morning. And it looked like he tried to grab himself out by the struggle that he'd had. So he died here, and Titus, 1,000 people came to his funeral, this poet, in Bingley. I don't know how, because surely I thought they all worked.
They gave them half an hour off.
They must have given him half an hour off.
Without pay.
Without pay, but 1,000 people turned up. So he must have been a very popular poet. So
Yeah.
He used to go up onto the moor up there, and he'd teach all the kids how to write and how to read and how to do sums, whilst making besoms that he could sell. So that's how he sort of got them to pay for their education.
Very good.
And he was a great friend of Titus and a worker, and he died here. Yeah.
And you might be able to.
9 children.
Oh
9
gosh.
children.
Right, yeah. And there's a heron.
A salmon screw. It's more like a ribbing than a screw to me. Can't imagine why they like jumping up it. They must do, or else they wouldn't put it in, but it cost a lot of money when they built it a few years ago.
So how exactly does this work?
Well, the salmon, they need to go and have their babies up in the upper ditch of the column, the air. So they jump. But they can't get up over the weir, you see.
All right.
So they use this. Apparently they can jump up through.
Right.
When they go and lay their spawn.
And that's why Mr. Heron's there.
That's why Mr. Aaron's there, waiting for him to jump back.
Yeah.
Napoleonic cannons.
Right.
Though whether they were used or not is another story. But put here when the park opened in 1871.
Wow. Been here a while.
Saltaire Park then, but later it became known as Roberts Park.
Yeah.
As we've said.
Very good.
Oh, the statue. Look, there's an alpaca on the side.
Oh yeah.
I'm not making it up, eh?
No. There he is, the man himself.
So this is not an alpaca, this is an angora.
All right.
I must say, as the current reigning champion of living statue, I love a good bronze.
Yes.
And this, I think it's been rubbed for luck.
Oh yeah.
Get your
I
thumb
think
on
his face kind of suggests we get off.
it. Oh yeah.
It's nice, isn't it? Nice bandstand, cannons. Amazing.
So all these houses on the end of these terraces, they were all boarding houses when they were built, not for individual families. Quite nice. In fact, the lady we bought our house off, she lived there.
So there's a building at the top there.
And that is the overlooker's house. And that tower that you see right at the top there, that was supposed to be so that someone could sit up there and watch all the workers.
Wow.
Make sure they weren't twagging or being drunk or hanging the washing in the garden or anything else that Mr. Salt did.
Gosh. So
Yes.
we've
I
talked
don't
about him
think
being
it's
quite
ever had
paranoid.
A proper entrance.
Oh,
I'm not sure it was
well.
ever used.
I understand that.
But he was certainly paranoid. And I think
Definitely
the proof
paranoid.
is
I think we've found plenty of proof of that.
plenty of evidence. So as you look round Saltaire, it being a World Heritage Site and everything's Grade 2 special listed, if you need to replace a window, you have to replace it with a 9-plane 9-pane glass sort of Victorian jobby, like one of these or one of those, and they rot quite quickly, because as you'll see, there's some stained glass there. Now the stained glass ones, they were put in when the mill collapsed in 1929, and the houses, I know that my house, which was 2 up 2 down, was sold for £36, and so in 1929,
£36?
£36.
Wow.
But in 1929, when the mill collapsed, that's when people bought their own houses and managed to put a bit of their own spin on them. So you do see bits of, that's quite a nice piece of stained glass in that one. You do see bits all over the village of stained glass, but they are reluctant to keep them. If they fall out, you have to replace it with a 9-pane modern sash window.
Wow.
My argument was my windows have lasted 90 years, and I saw my neighbour Donald's and they were blistering after 6. So, you know, lead don't rot.
No. There goes Tom.
This ain't a hot thing.
No. So Shipley Glen Tramway. Not in use today, but looks beautiful.
That one smells beautiful.
Okay. So this might be something we can look at next week.
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. So that is our wander through Saltaire, its streets, the mill, and Roberts Park. And we're back at, may come back to Shipley Glen next week for
the Shipley Glen
tramway.
Yeah.
And head to find a possible cave. Okay.
Over there you can see in the far distance, the square market tower.
Ah.
It's the Shipley Market Tower.
Yeah, yeah.
That might have been covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if not, it's there now. Okay guys, there we are. That is our look round Saltaire, some of its history, its streets, the mill, the park, and a little bit of your history as well from being here. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. Yeah, we may well pop back next week and head up on the tramway in search of a cave on Baildon Moor. But anything else to add?
No, it's an amazing place. A UNESCO, I'm not pronouncing that right, am I? World Heritage Site.
UNESCO.
UNESCO World Heritage
Yep.
Site that is in Bradford, and you know you have to think. If you go to Machu Picchu, you can't find Asda Shipley within 150 yards, can you?
Have you been to Machu Picchu?
No.
You don't know the answer to that then.
Well.
See you next time, guys. Bye for now.